Good day, everybody. Today is August 27th, 2024 on Tuesday in the Midwest of USA. This is Andrew Byrne with another video. Sorry I haven't been around lately. Been busy. And honestly, I just had nothing to say lately. Unless I have a tug in my heart, because the Lord talks to you through your heart. That's how you know it's Him. He communicates through your soul, which is located right in the center of your heart, and you feel it tugging when He wants you to either do a video or you have something to say. A lot of people just have to shut up for once and just listen, and He'll talk to you. He doesn't talk through your mind, your eyes, unless it's through a dream, of course, but He talks to you through your heart. It's how you know it's from Him. Shenandoah and all these evil entities and deities from Lucifer and the fallen ones try and pretend they're Christ through Shenandoah and all these other apparitions, but like what Paul saw, he swear he saw Lucifer, but you know it's through Christ because he comes through your heart. You had this certain sense about Him, and you know it's of the light, it's good. And when it's a dark one's around, or a fallen one, or Lucifer himself's around, you feel this sense of dread. All the hair comes up on your back, your neck, and your arms, and you sense it like a spidey sense, is a tingling. Very scary. Very scary. Had it happen a couple times. I've actually seen demons. I saw a demonic kid that had like a chain around a hellhound next to him, and he was standing up, and the hellhound was on its butt, just chilling next to him with red eyes. This demonic kid was so evil and disgusting and looking, and he was just staring at me. And I was outside walking home one night, and I saw him in the shadows, and he knew I saw him, and he saw me, and it was very disturbing. When I went inside, my father was like, what's wrong? Why are you pale white? Because I went inside and I locked the door and shut my window in my room and the patio. I shut that. My dad's like, what are you doing? What's wrong? I was like, I saw a demon. He's outside. I don't know what he wants. And my dad is a Roman Catholic, so I don't know if that was a portal for them to come in or not. My dad is a Christian, but he is Roman Catholic. A Roman Catholic can't be a Christian, but a Christian can't be Roman Catholic. Unfortunately, he does pray to Mary and saints, which is sad, but one day I think Christ will get to him and he'll realize how evil the Roman Catholic Church really is, and how it's a fraud. It's really just a pagan, Babylonian, Canaanite religion disguised as Christianity, an Edomite Christianity branch, not Judahite, Edomite. It's a Canaanite, Luciferian Baal worship. But anyways, I saw this demon. I went upstairs. I drew the picture of the demon that I saw and showed it to my dad. And I truly believe my dad believed me. He knew how scared I was, and I told him in great detail what I saw, because I actually got the balls 30 minutes later and walked back downstairs to see if he was still there, because I thought I was just imagining it for a minute. And I went downstairs and it was still there. Same spot, just chilling. And it telepathically threatened me, said a lot of evil stuff to me and tried to scare me, and I casually walked backwards back up to the stairwell and went back upstairs and went home. Look at that. It's free bug. Okay, cool. Cool. Well, anyways, went back upstairs, and that situation frightened me for a long time. It solidified my faith in Christ, how important it is to not let any openings in for the evil ones to get in. Because this pocket of reality, there's layers and layers of dimensions on top of this one, and there's demons walking all amongst us, and deities and evil and good angels at the same time. They're walking amongst us. There's probably 2 or 3 demons walking on my shoulder right now telling me to quit making the videos, and I look like a fool, and I'm a false teacher, and what I'm saying is false, and not to do it, and they just talk in your ear and your mind, not in your heart. They come through your mind and your eyes, like me seeing the demonic child with the hellhound. They don't come through the heart like Christ. And there's demons amongst us, walking next to us at all times. There's Nephilim spirits called demons. That's what a demon is. It's the spirit of a Nephilim walking around the earth, trying to make people commit suicide, homosexuality, and every nasty sin there is. They try and cause an environment to manipulate you enough to fall for that sin. And the deeper you are penetrated by that sin demon, the Nephilim, spirit of the Nephilim, like homosexuality, you become more and more mentally trapped into that thought of it being a true reality and who you really are, when it's not. It's an unfamiliar spirit that's manipulating you, telling you you're gay and you're attracted to men if you're a man, or a woman if you're a woman, when it's really just a trauma demon or Nephilim, of unfamiliar spirit that's manipulating you and your environment, your simulation, making you think that it's all right to be gay and you are gay, when really he came through the door of trauma, or a Ouija board, or a video game, or TV series like Supernatural, something like that, and they come in and they break you down brick by brick, layer by layer, like an onion, and peel you back before you're a full-blown homosexual, and then you're married to another homosexual, and then you start adopting children, and you start promoting your filth on that child, and before you know it, that child's been bred into a society of demonic entities as homosexual parents, and that the demonic entity takes more and more control and timeshares over that entity, and the homosexual becomes more sexually disgusting and more profanity day by day. Before you know it, that person's a blue-haired Democrat voting for Hillary Clinton, the most evil woman that ever walked the planet. She was just a demon in the meat suit the whole time. You know, she was created through Babylonian sex magic in a desert by Jim Parsons, but that's another story all in itself. She was bred to be the most evil witch ever to walk the planet. She did her job well. But anyways, these entities, these demonic Nephilim spirits, these demons come into these people and cause all this massive sin. And it's gotten so rampant in the US that they have a whole month dedicated to Pride, and they use the rainbow, which is God's promise not to flood the earth again. The next destruction of earth is going to be through fire, and they mock them through that rainbow, and they have a whole month to Pride, and the American people allow it. Yeah. And if you fight it, you're the problem. You're a racist communist, when really the Democratic Party's socialist communist party. They are. Whatever they stand for, they throw in the other party or their people what they really are. Like the Russian scandal with Trump, Obama was raised and bred and trained by the Russian KGB to infiltrate our country. It was Obama the whole time, not Trump. They used Obama's storyline and just put Trump's name in it instead of Obama's. It's just all in your face, guys. You have to wake up, you know? And it's hard to wake up every morning knowing all the knowledge that I know. There's a lot of people out there that have the knowledge I know through dreams and studying and going down huge rabbit holes. The older truth seeker usually knows more than the new ones, because they scrub the internet pretty thoroughly every 3 to 4 years, to where a lot of the knowledge that I learned isn't on the internet anymore. They scrubbed it dry of those stories, those videos, those topics, those news articles, a lot of government files that I went through that was shared by others. There's like a group of truth seekers back in like the early 2000s, and we just networked together and gave each other information, and it was a beautiful thing. But all those people either died or there's MIA. They don't do it anymore, because a lot of people seek so much truth. When they really find out what's really going on, it breaks their heart, and it dampens their soul and their essence, and they can't take it anymore, and they have to get away from it and walk out of the rabbit hole so they can repurify their heart and soul. And they just don't want to know anymore, because the truth hurts. The truth is stranger than any fictional book you can ever imagine, or movie or story. The truth is the greatest story ever told, and a lot of people just aren't built to handle it. And I understand now. I didn't understand back then. I called them a bunch of weaklings, a bunch of quitters, and I was like, the true seekers are the true warriors of Christ. You know, we have all this knowledge, and it sucks, because a lot of the knowledge that I have, I lost the proof through scrubbing. A lot of my videos have been scrubbed. Like one day I woke up on my Microsoft phone, and all my videos and all my photos, everything was just scrubbed off my phone, everything. It wasn't even in my cloud. It was crazy. And I never found it. It was just a treasure chest full of the most fascinating and evil truth there is. I had proof on everything I said. And I take what I say seriously, guys. If I say something on this video or my other videos, it's because I know. I do have some theories, and I do guess sometimes, but most of the time, 90% of the time, I'm telling you exactly what I know. When I go to heaven and I get judged in the white throne room, I'm going to be judged a lot harsher than a lot of people that just don't do videos and they don't teach forbidden knowledge or unknown knowledge or the Bible. They don't get judged nearly as harsh as people that preach the word. Especially people that gain money off the word. They better be 100% correct and accurate, or they're going to be punished more than anybody. And I know how serious this is. So when I say something, or I tell you a dream I've had, it's true. It's a long time. Probably for 10 years, I was afraid to do videos because I was like, I don't have enough knowledge. What if this isn't true? What if this isn't true? And then I just put my foot down. And I was like, I got to trust in Christ. Christ took me down this road and gave me this knowledge to give to the masses. Because a lot of these so-called prophets and prophetesses and these seers or whatever, these new age weirdos, they take curriculum off me and other people and truth seekers, a lot of them that are erased from history period off the internet, unless you downloaded their website and their stuff before they left, and they use it as their own material, like they had the vision or they had the inside knowledge through Christ, when they don't. They're a bunch of crooks, especially if they're asking for money or donations. They're the evil one, man. Because there's one thing that true seekers have, is they're told not to ever charge for the knowledge that they received for free from Christ. You generously received, you have to generously give for free as well. I see all these fake prophetesses, they're the worst. There's a whole bunch of them there, and they take my material and a lot of my old friends' material. And a lot of it's just research, and they post it like it's their own visions or dreams or their insight, when they just copy off ours. I see so many people using if I put a video out, I'll see the same subject on 3 different videos of exactly what I talked about the day before, 2 days before. And I know I'm only getting 20 views or 30 views at a time. That's bullshit, man. I've always known I've gotten thousands of views on every video. Always. I get more emails from people than I get views. That's impossible. And all my analytics don't add up to my views. I had one video where I saw like I had 1.2 thousand views, and the next day it went down to like 23 or something. A lot of people tell me that when I have a new video, they're not notified, or they can't subscribe, or they can't like. Yeah, that's YouTube, man. They know who the real ones are. They have a list of all of us that are born the day we're born. They have military equipment that can actually tell the military and the evil cabal who you are in this reality, and how powerful and what side you're on and who you're destined to be. They know all this. They've used Project Looking Glass. They traveled in the past and in the future. They know exactly who each one of us are. They have a list of all the people that they got to kill immediately, or at least disrupt their lives so they don't meet their potential and their destiny. That's why the 104,000 have such awful, hard, evil trials, tribulations, full life. Like, from day one, you're just put through the ringer. Nothing makes sense to you. You can't get a job. You can't get hired. No one listens to you. Everyone beats you up. And you never knew why. That's why. Lucifer can't kill you because God won't allow him to. But don't be fooled. He'll pull every trick of the trade and try and throw you off your destiny and make your life a living hell to where you're going to want to quit. And the true soldiers of Christ keep pushing on. It makes their faith more and more unshakable, and they just get stronger and stronger, like purified in the fire. The ones not of Christ, the weaklings, the ones that give up, the quitters, they fall to the side. They usually go to the dark side, or they stay on the fence. But guess what? You're going to hell by default, so it doesn't matter. You're his anyways. You're Lucifer's anyways. He wins. It's a day-to-day fight, guys. But it's hard. It is. Like, I have to wake up every morning, and I lay in bed, and I'm like, is today the day? You know, just when I start seeing zombies running around ripping people's faces off, or just the day when the meteors start falling and these monsters come out of the holes where the comets hit the ground, and they start eating people's children in front of their parents and torturing them, laughing at their parents while they do it, and then eat their parents, torture them after they're done with their children. And they make you denounce Christ while they're doing it. Or is there going to be a nuclear bomb? It's going to be so powerful and so huge. It's going to be like an explosion no one's ever seen or witnessed before on this planet. It's going to decimate a whole city and like 5 miles outside of it as well. Or is Russia going to shoot a Poseidon missile into the Atlantic, and it's going to cause a mile-high radioactive wave, and it's going to wipe out the whole East Coast almost instantly. And it's going to go all the way into West Virginia, hit the mountain range, and go back and take everything with it back in the ocean, killing everybody instantly. Are we going to see an alien invasion that has so many alien ships in the sky that you can't even see the blue of the sky or a star in the sky, because the alien motherships are pretty much taking up the whole space of the sky, and there's so many of them, and they're beaming up people so they can eat and harvest each person they beam up. They beam them up against their will, and everyone's running frantically because you got the worst evil looking mantis, raptors, reptilians, ant people looking aliens all around, eating people and subduing them and taking them back up to their mothership so they can eat them alive. They don't want to eat you dead. They take you alive. They'll shoot you with some type of dart or some type of sedative, and then you'll wake up getting eaten alive by some reptoid freak or some mantis being or some raptor looking thing on Jurassic Park with human arms, and they're eating you alive while you're screaming in pain, or you're watching your loved one get eaten alive in front of you. So your adrenaline goes in your bloodstream, and they say it makes you taste better. They want you afraid and scared while they eat you alive, because it makes it make you taste better to them. It gets them high like cocaine. That's what we're up against, guys. Or is the pole shift? Is there going to be a pole shift, and it's going to shoot the whole world 30 degrees off its axis for forever until Christ's second coming? And some people are going to freeze to death. Whoever's on the equator now is going to be in Antarctica, and whoever's in Antarctica is going to be on the equator. And they're going to fry to death, and people in the North Pole are going to freeze to death. It'll be like negative 140 degrees where Ecuador used to be. Where Antarctica is, it's going to be like 150 degrees. It's going to be like a huge jungle that's inhabitable by humans. It's too hot. Then the reptilians are going to start terraforming the planet to their liking because they love heat. They're reptilians. They love heat. They hate the cold. They love the heat. They're going to terraform our planet perfectly for their adaptation. While all this is going on, you're going to see monstrous giants, Nephilim themselves, like the men of renown in the Bible, come from underneath the earth. Come out of every cave and cavern, and every crack in the earth. There's going to be a 10-point earthquake. It's going to hit the whole earth, and it's going to cut U.S. and down the middle through the Mississippi, a big crack down the middle. It's going to shift all the west coast and the ocean all at once, like a giant, like the whole continent, like a third of the continent is going to fall right in the ocean, and the whole east coast and all Florida is going to be decimated and underwater. And then all the cracks caused by this 10-point or 12.0 earthquake, you're going to see every Nephilim giant, even Titans, come out of the cracks and start eating and destroying humanity piece by piece, brick by brick. This is all going to happen almost simultaneously. That's why men's hearts are gonna give out and they're gonna die from heart attacks. And the Bible's not joking. That's exactly how a lot of people are gonna die. They're gonna be so shaken with fear, they're just gonna crumble and die on the spot. And a lot of these wimpy kids and wimpy crybabies, especially in America, they're gonna kill themselves out of fear and sheer terror. And you got these little punk kids that are gonna kill themselves because they don't have their internet. They lost their iPhone connection. They lost their video games. So they're gonna give up and kill themselves. And everybody that kills themselves or gives up, you're going to hell by default. Lucifer's been looking forward to this from day one. He knows 95% of the human population is going to give up and give in to hell right away. The other 3% are going to announce Jesus during torture, and the 2% are actually going to make it to the millennial reign, or they're going to make it as the saints of tribulation. There's going to be a lot of people, but only 2% of the population, which really isn't a lot of people. But I'll tell you what, those tribulation saints are some real warriors, man. To make it through tribulation, or even half of it, and die for Christ while getting tortured or persecuted, that's gangster. That's deserving of heaven. Well, a lot of people just live for Christ right now and do what's right in this evil planet, and they're just going to go make it in one of the 3 raptures. The easy way. But you guys deserve it too, because this earth is so fallen, and it's so evil, and it's so... Even the left can get deceived right now. It is so fascinating how they're using technology and every trick of the trade to deceive us. I've seen so many I thought to be real Judahite warrior Christians, lions of Christ, when they're really just fake, cowardly wimps, quitters. Starting to see them crack, man. I'm not saying I'm indestructible. I'm not saying that I don't have fears and I've given up and I've made a lot of sins and wrongs in my life. But guess what? I'm strongest now than I've ever been. Some days are really tough and it's hard to get up, but I'm going to get up. I haven't come this far. I haven't been through hell on earth. My whole life's been tough to just give up now. I've been purified through the flames of trials and tribulations of this life. And I'll be damned if someone takes my crown away from me. No one will, and no one is. I'm saved through the blood of Christ. I already know it. I will not escape his hands. He's got me. I'm just saying it's just hard sometimes knowing what I know, and then walking amongst people and friends and loved ones, knowing what's going to happen to them, what's coming, and they're not saved, and they have no idea. They don't even know that the economy's about to crash. They don't even know that Trump and Biden and Harris all work for Obama. They don't know Obama's the Antichrist. They don't know anything. They're talking about their vacation plans for next July, or their son's graduation, or their daughter's marriage coming up, or their diversified portfolio and how well it's doing in this economy. It's just crazy how gullible and stupid people really are. Quit investing in the stock market. It's all propped up fake numbers. It's just a way for the rich to steal all the poor's money. That's all it is. And if you have under $10 million, you're a peasant, you're nothing. $10 million is the minimal. That's the lowest level of upper class there is. And they're trash. These elites, the top of the top, they have trillions, if not tens and hundreds of trillions of dollars worth of assets and income. The 1% owns everything. It's just 13 families, 13 bloodlines. One of the bloodlines is African American. They're one of the top of the food chain. Then there's an Asian one. Then there's a Anglo-Saxon couple of them, like Rockefellers and Rothschilds. The real elites, the real power, you don't know their last names. You don't know who they are. You never will. These people are so gullible and so lost, and they don't know anything. They think the economy's going to bounce back and Trump's going to save the day. Trump wants you dead. He doesn't care about anyone but him and his family. He probably doesn't care about half of them. They want your destruction. They despise you. They want your downfall. They want you to die. That is their goal, to kill everybody but 500,000 servants for the elites. And the elites doesn't servants still survive, and that's it. Everyone else needs to die. And trust me, you're not one of the servants. Americans, we know our rights. We're God-fearing, gun-toting, free Americans. And we're going to fight to the death, tooth and nail, and they know it. That's why we're going to be invaded by every country of the world. It's going to unite and take out the U.S. within 1 hour, 1 day. It's going to be fast, swift, and precise. We'll fight back. There'll be pockets of resistance. But we don't win in this story, guys. We're not in the Great Tribulation. We're not in the last 3.5 years. We're not fighting with Israel. We are destroyed. We're destroyed from within. That's why our empire will never come back. We got rotted in. We were rotted from the inside out. And that way, your empire can never bounce back. All of our politicians and government officials have all sold us out. All of our tech giants, all of our titans of industry, of every industry, they all sold us out. There are no more countries anymore. There's a one world government, a one world leader, Obama, and that is it. America has to be destroyed in order for this to work. Until we're destroyed, nothing can work. Until every true American, Christian American is killed, nothing will work. They have a list of who they're going to kill. I'm on it. I know it. As soon as shit pops off, they're coming right to my door. They're going to try and locate me and kill me if I'm not already raptured. They're going to kill all my children and all my loved ones. I don't care who they are. You got to wake up, people. The stock market's all fake. The whole economy's fake. It's all propped up numbers. The Democrats have to keep it up until the election so they can have a chance. The economy can't go crashing down. The government can't lose its power during their time of power. It can't happen. The only thing that's going to save them is a civil war and then a world war. If you think that this country is going to make it to the November election, let alone have a fair election, you're crazy. We are going to have a civil war in October. We're going to have a zombie apocalypse during the beginning of the civil war. It is going to be insane. People are going to fall down of fright because zombies are around eating people. We're going to see all these monsters coming out of inner earth, eating, destroying people. The military is powerless against these entities, the deities. On top of that, we're going to have a civil war with the Democrat and Republican Party, and it's all planned. It's Trump's main job is to divide this country. He needed a perfect job. Wake up. Take your Trump flag down. Take your American flag down. America's fallen. Start thinking about your loved ones and the true Christians and everyone you can save. That's worth saving. Game's over. America does not win. We fall. We have to fall. We have to fulfill prophecy. I know we're patriots and we love this country and what it stood for, but this country's been defeated a long time ago. And you have to just face reality and move on and fight the good fight. The good fight isn't being an American, it's being a human being. There are other human beings out there that need us. We need to preach to them. We need to show them how to live. and a righteous way of life, and we can show that to them, and we can save their souls. Who cares if they're American? I don't care if they're Islam. We got to show these deceived people that they're being deceived by the evil one, and show them the true way of Christ. Muhammad is Lucifer. The Mahdi is the Antichrist. The I-Man, that's Obama. Do not be deceived, people. Everything I'm telling you, I have seen in dreams. I'm not guessing what I've seen it. I've seen more zombie dreams than any of them. Or I've seen Air Force One blow up out of the sky. I've seen tidal waves that are or tsunamis so big they go all the way into the Rocky Mountains or into the Appalachian Mountains, and they crash into them and then go back in the ocean and take everything with them. Every house, every person, every business, every structure with them, even the grass. It's just a barren wasteland all the way to the mountain ranges, and it takes everything out with it, the tide. That's how high these Poseidon bombs are and these tsunamis are going to be. Every volcano in the whole world is going to erupt at once, because so many people are going to die so fast through war and natural disasters and the pole shift. The hell is going to be so overloaded with people, it's going to expand. And the expansion of hell in the inner earth is going to cause massive volcano eruptions all across the world. Every volcano in the Pacific Rim and all across the world is going to erupt all at once. All of them. It's going to cause even more damage and mass chaos and death. And guess what? More people are going to fill up hell. And before you know it, the Earth's going to have to expand. All the tectonic plates, all the mountain ranges, all islands, all continents are all going to be shifted and changed. It's going to cause instantaneous continents in the middle of the ocean out of nowhere. It's going to cause Atlantis to rise back up. It's going to be absolutely insane. There's not going to be electricity. There's not going to be any electricity anywhere. No power grids, no systems are going to be functioning at all, not even satellites. Nothing. Everyone that goes into bunkers, congratulations, all you elite and pieces of shit. You're going to die in there like a coffin, like a catacomb, and you're going to suffer little by little for a long, brutal death. And you just gave yourself a big coffin to enjoy while you're depleting your air, or you might, and your bunker's probably going to be filled with lava or water, or it could just collapse on itself. And you can thank Elon Musk, because he has the boring apparatus machines to actually create these tunnels. He used diamond technology, and he lines the whole tunnel with little pieces of diamond in this like extra strong casing over the rock that makes it pretty much impenetrable. And he thinks when an earthquake hits it, the tunnel or the boring hole or bunker is just going to go with the flow of the movement of the plate. No, it's not. It's going to collapse it, or it's going to fill it with water or lava instantly. There's water underneath every continent. There's more water underneath the continent and inner earth than there is on the crust. Probably like 10 times more water. It's going to fill every crevice and every inner earth dwelling there is. That's why all these monsters, Agartha, all these civilizations in Earth have to come up to the crust, because they're being flooded out or lavaed out, or their civilization is just collapsing on itself, and they're forced up to the top, and they're pissed. They blame all this on humanity, and they're going to take us out as if we are the enemy. Our governments have known about Agartha and all these civilizations underground for a long time. The inner Earth people don't want anything to do with us. They think we're primal Neanderthals, like we're insects. They hate us. They do not like us. They don't want to interact with us. They're beyond us in technology by thousands of years. They don't have sickness. They don't have pestilence. They have breakthroughs in every advancement in technology there is. They don't want or need us. It's that simple. The Nazis were the only civilization that they allowed in to inner Earth, and they control the northern entrance through Antarctica. They have their huge base there. That's where all their top officials and scientists really went. I know this sounds awful. This is how it's going to go down, guys. And that earthquake that's going to hit the whole earth, like the 12.0, whatever, it's going to last for like 30 minutes. It's going to feel like an eternity. It's going to be absolutely insane. Most buildings and structures on the whole planet will fall. And it's going to be instant destruction, guys. And when the earth tilts and actually does a polar flip, you're going to see cattle and human beings floating in the atmosphere of space. That's how hard the Earth's going to spin and get hit by comets and what other awful natural catastrophe is going to be. It's going to hit the Earth so hard or move it so fast with so much force, it's going to shove animals and humans so far up in the sky that they're actually going to float away in space. That's how hard an impact it's going to be. That's why it's so important to be raptured. No one's going to survive this, guys. If you do, it's by the grace of God himself. He allows it to. It's time to prepare yourself, guys. We're out of time. Jesus is knocking. Will you answer?